Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where today, I don't think I've shown this one off yet, but I did get myself an Anders shirt, like the Solus shirt that I have. Anyway, it's so funny. It's like, look at, he's so silly. I think we just finished. I need to actually go back and watch. I know I was so tired when I loaded out yesterday. But I need to go back and watch that the last hour so that I could make sure I remember things properly. Ooh, the Grey Ward from Davrin's journal, Uncle Eldrin. Seeing Uncle Eldrin again brought up old memories. I remember how tough he could be when I was a kid, always pushing me harder, never allowing for mistakes. He'd tell me, the world eats mistakes for dinners, don't be its next bite. We fought a lot, but there was love too. He wasn't even a real uncle. My own family never understood my restlessness, my need to leave the clan and strike out on my own. Eldrin did, and now I see he was preparing me. Our yelling and fighting toughened me up, made me stand on my own 2 feet, and sharpened a will inside me that would have been dull without him. I don't think I'd be alive if it hadn't been for the lessons he taught me. Well, I mean, I don't think you need to be yelled at to, learn hard lessons, or to learn lessons. But sure. See, what else? Oh. From Davrin's journal, another side to griffins. Now I know there's another side to griffins. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Asan fed vanir berries to a Hala. I saw it with my own eyes. I was worried I'd have to hold him back from attacking. He's a predator after all. That's what you'd expect from his lion half. What lion wouldn't eat a deer? But it looks like there's something else in there, too. Asan seems to have the instincts of a dog herding sheep. Maybe instinct is the wrong word. He understood the hollow was hungry and seemed to sympathize and want to protect it. That's beyond instinct in my book. Asan didn't gain anything from helping. There's more to griffins than any of us knew. Well, he's obviously really intelligent. The griffins are, really intelligent. And Asan is really intelligent. He has, emotional, a basic emotional understanding. I think he did what he did because he knew that it's what Davrin would do, right? That he knew that this wasn't a food thing, Oh, that's right. I was going to say, I've been missing the Necropolis, right? I've been missing my home. So I'd like to go back. And Emmrich, I thought it was going to be something to do with the woman we just, had an issue with. But no, this is what I'm pretty sure, I'm going to guess, right? Because he's we have to go back to he wants to go back to the memorial gardens. But we're oh, it's not a service time. But it's for his parents, I'm pretty sure it's going to be. And yes, I would love to do that. But first, let me double check the lighthouse and see if anything's come up in the meantime. I think when last we left off, I had just finished the Davrin thing, so yeah. I keep surprising myself in this outfit. Maybe I should change it.
Emmrich, did you know Spite thought you were still in the ossuary?
That private sphere of conception was inviolate.
So no?
Could Spite have described your dream prison until you faced it together?
You're kidding. I barely understood. Is this why we stopped sleepwalking? Spite understands. Space now?
Slowly, but it will come.
Oh, what? Is that what the issue was? Is he actually thought we were still stuck in there? He couldn't... But that doesn't make any... That doesn't... Because I thought... Because Spite asked once Emmrich, why aren't we falling or something while we were here in this place? And Emmrich was like, oh yeah, this place is it's probably beyond the grasp of even some spirits, And I don't know. He could see the events happening, but he all thought they were in the ossuary, and that's why he thought they were trapped. I thought he wanted to get out of Lucanus. That was the whole thing, where he's you promised me that we'd find a way, I'd find a way to be free too, which means not being stuck in you. You know what I mean? Alright. I guess that makes sense if you want to stretch. Oh, wow.
Gilline's archdemon was... I just didn't expect that many heads.
No kidding. The statues back home don't look like whatever that was.
Am I hearing birds in there? I did not expect birds.
I like how food stays fresh here longer.
You're not nervous about the magic?
Nah. Magic's fine in Ravane. Be nice if we could teach spirits there to keep the food fresh. Plus dead fish smell.
We're fine with spirits and revenge. It's just a constant thing. Like, I get it. But it is, I don't know, what she didn't like was necromancy. That's right. She was a big no-no on necromancy. That was causing some problems. I think I'm going to have to go back to the crow one. I really like the way it looks on her.
I've noticed Hassan's been rather moody lately.
He's jealous.
Is it because you and Rook are spending more time in each other's company?
That obvious?
There were signs, small glances, intakes of breath.
Oh my.
Though Harding also told me.
I wouldn't call the glances small. But she's right.
That's wonderful to hear.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I just realized, I don't know how I missed this, but I just realized my webcam hasn't been on. Which is usually fine, but you did miss me teeing and kicking my feet a little bit with that. The glances weren't small, and I was like, oh my goodness, stop. That was so cute. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, also, I was like showing off my Anders shirt, and you couldn't even see it. Here's the Anders shirt that I was going on about. I don't know if I'll keep it in, but this is my Anders shirt. It's like the solar shirt, and I just think it's so funny, and he's just a silly little guy. And this is the herbology blanket I tried to show off that apparently you guys didn't see. This is the back. The front has like bigger, like the bigger versions of the flowers. This is just one of those small repeating patterns. But yeah, I think that was it. I was trying to show off, and I didn't even have a webcam going. But yeah, anyway, that was really, really cute. I was curious, he's like, oh, it sounds moody. He seemed perfectly happy when we had our little date. My friend pointed out, it's really cute that Davrin's missions, like everybody else's are like pretty high octane, and Davrin's are like, let's go for a walk, let's go have a picnic, let's go see my old uncle, and like do some childhood chores or whatever. And I was like, it's cute. So, just goes to show he's best boy. So far, at least. Best written. Although I'm excited for Emmrich's. I really am. Gonna have my big Canary lady romancing Emmrich is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so fun. But Davrin's is so cute. He's so handsome. Look at this guy. I can't, just I want to punch him. He's so handsome. Oh my gosh. I did a good job. Chose well. Do I need? Nope. It's good to see my home thriving. It's been so long. I really haven't been here in ages. I wonder if I'll get more now that after I do this, more quests for them. After I do this with Emmrich.
There is much to be done.
Max rank. That'd be funny if I did get more. Oh, that's right. I did want this. It's so much money. Oh boy. Oh. I don't think I have this. Yeah. I don't have that equipped right now. I do have that one equipped. Here, I don't even know what it does. Nearby enemies are pulled towards you. Why does physical damage go down so much from what I currently have equipped? Oh, wrong one. I was like, what? I was like, that doesn't make any sense. While charging a shield toss. Okay, because I remember picking this one up by now, because it was actually here after we fought the undead dragon. You pick it up in there. And I was like, on perfect defense, nearby enemies are pulled towards you. I'm like, no. While charging for a shield toss, that's right, okay. It's so sick. Oh, it's so sick. I was just thinking I need to go through and see if I can find any more casual clothes appearances anywhere. So I'm distracted. I was like, oh, I should just try. Is that we just straight up Is there just a demon? What's up, demons? It's your boy. Oh no! My third shield bounce. My third shield bounce is gone. My new shield doesn't let me have.
Nicely done.
Oh, that's just not worth it. No, it'll be well, not a shield bounce, rather a shield charge. Oh, that lets me have the 2. Nearby enemies. See, I thought I would start pulsing necrotic energy when I was doing it, but I'm not. I wasn't noticing anything like that. Holy cow! Utterly decimated them. It's a really impressive looking skill. I'm trying to catch some cool angles. I've taken several photos. I'm trying to catch some cool ones with my abilities, like how that one person, like that one really cool picture I saw of Emmrich. Someone got him like mid-leap somehow. It looked really, really cool. He's got my shield! We have the same shield. Good, I'm nearly leveled up to 43, so I can start getting more of the, what do you call them? The Morn Watch abilities that I want. I guess I could respec. I could respec and take off some of the other ones that I've got, but it's good. Maybe I will get, so I can get that the shield like charge, an extra shield charge, so I can go back up to 3. Hello, spirits. We've read Our Beloved's Home. Maybe I haven't read anything on those. Well, I have spent far too much time doing other things. Let's get going. Emmrich returned to the memorial gardens of the Grand Necropolis, where he reveals a secret ambition that will change his life forever. A secret ambition?
Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Okay, I was like, is he gonna speak?
Did I miss something?
Since we're here to gather flowers for the dead, I thought I'd teach Manfred some plant names. But I just caught him attempting to wade into a rose bush.
Please, Tis.
Emmrich, how could you stay annoyed at that face? Skull.
Oh, Manfred. Whatever will happen to you if I pass on?
If?
There's something I'd like to talk
Oh,
about.
oh yeah, okay.
Do you know what a lich is, Rook?
An undead mage that's retained their mind. They're theoretical, aren't they?
Well, no.
The idea fascinated me when I was younger. For years, I researched and experimented, spoke with spirits and mages.
We just talked to one already.
Then, eventually, I found them.
Who?
The Lich Lords of the Grand Necropolis. Necromancers before me who'd transformed themselves into true living dead.
This sounds like drama. Okay, so he was like all upsetty spaghetti with the lady that I can't remember her name, who did the hand, the evil hand, and she's apparently attained a sort of lichhood, you know. And it makes sense that somebody who has like a desperate like fear of death, who works in a place like this, would be interested in the idea. And he said if, and I was totally hearing when, and I was like, yeah, when, you know, when he, but wait. And he's just gonna be super cash about it. Usually liches are not nice, so, and I don't know if we have revenants, we have stuff like that, but to like defy death like that totally would go against the Chantry. Like, oh. I don't know if we have a precedence for lichhood necessarily. But honestly, I think part of the thing that makes life so thrilling is that you know there's a beginning and an end to it. You know, living forever, I don't know. I mean, maybe it would be fine for a while, but I hope you'd have some way to be like, you know what, now I wish to rest, you know? But, and he's just so, so I'm thinking in the past, like him and the bad lady with the hand, they probably both were searching for this, but for like different reasons and different journeys, you know what I mean? Where she was apparently willing to like hurt and like harm to get this done. Like he wouldn't want that, so they probably were experimenting with the same thing, just with different methodologies. Wow.
Incredible. Do the other Watchers know?
Well, the most senior do. You weren't high enough in the order to be informed.
Thank you, man.
The Liches
That makes sense.
are the great protectors of the Necropolis, bulwarks against forces that threaten creation. After years of
The
tests
skeleton!
and rituals, they granted me my desire, the right to attempt lichdom.
Oh my god. The giant skeleton that I've been wanting to fight for like years, it feels like at this point. Also, I totally thought we were just doing like a memorial service for his parents. I mean, I'm not jealous. I think she'd be incredibly excited for him in some ways, right? Like for a watcher, and for somebody who's dedicated herself to Fallen Din. Like the line of like life and death is an interesting one, very permeable, not necessarily fixed. But they have granted you the desire to he wants to be like right now. Is he going to become? Oh my gosh! Also, like, is the whole time is this going to be that whole thing where like, and I don't think so, but right, but it's like where the cliche throughout the games that mages freaking betray you, and he's gonna like take me, and he's like, oh, I can't tell you what I need to do, and he's gonna sacrifice me to the altar of lichdom. Now, as a Morn Watcher, I think it would be like, oh my gosh, like you've contacted these like secret lich lords that apparently are like guardians of like the dead and the living. Like, you know, this is really, really neat.
Emmrich, that's amazing.
Is it?
Sounds like the pinnacle of necromancy.
Lichdom is an incredible honor. Immortality, prestige, the most hallowed ranks of the Watchers, as well as a chance to be of service past my allotted years. But there are considerations.
I would think so.
Come.
Yeah.
We have flowers to gather for the dead.
Okay, are we doing?
Okay, but I've got questions.
Yeah. Are we doing a memorial service?
Blue creepvine. This will do nicely.
I love that he loves plants so
So
much.
if you're a lich, it wouldn't be a spirit mimicking you. It'd be your actual soul in the corpse.
It would.
I didn't think. Wait, is that what Vorgoth is?
Oh, no one knows what Veilguard
Okay,
is.
because he doesn't have a body. A lich has to have a body.
Moon blossoms, famed in verse and song.
I love that he's like kneeling down.
Smells like perfume. Do liches have a sense of smell?
I've been told that while some of my senses will dull, others will become available. Other than that, I can't say if the flowers would still hold their bloom for me. Lichdom serves a purpose. There are dark things in creation, threats to both our world and the Fade. The liches of the Necropolis have the insight and the abilities to oppose them.
And you're joining them when?
Certain elements have held me back.
Bro, explain. And also, like, I don't know, I can't... Emmrich seems like somebody who enjoys life so much that like it would be weird to like be separated from it in a way. You know what I mean? Like I have a hard time seeing him. I don't know. I feel like he's more philosophical than lichdom would necessarily. That doesn't make sense, but like, I just don't know if it would suit him, and I can't explain why.
There's no ready instructions for lichdom. The steps must be discovered on one's own over years to be fully understood.
Does the spell to become a lich kill you, or do you have to...
No, mercifully, that falls to another watcher.
Oh,
After
what?
my death, my soul will be drawn back into my body instead of moving on to whatever lies
Okay,
beyond.
back into your body. Okay, that makes more sense. Not just a random body. Ugh. But I mean, it's cool in theory, but
So, what's holding you back from lichdom?
Even with all my preparations, there's a chance I could die permanently during the rites. What cowardice! The promise of immortality, an end to all my fears, and the final veil stays my hand.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, if that's the only thing holding him back, then I don't know. It's less philosophical than I thought. Like, I feel like you would be worried that like you would change a little bit. That things that like the sun maybe wouldn't shine as bright for you, or the flowers wouldn't be as beautiful. Like those are things that like I feel are quintessential to like the living experience, right? And to like give that up, it seems extreme.
That's reasonable. Lots of people are afraid of dying.
Is it? When it keeps me from what I most desire? Traditionally, candidates for lichdom face one final sifting of the soul. If they avoid it, you saw my old colleague.
Hezenkos. She's a lich.
But, I mean, yeah.
A half-lich, though that hasn't diminished her powers.
How do you be half
Until I
undead?
stop her plans, I won't possess the peace of mind for lichdom.
Wild also apparently.
Why don't you select the next flowers, Rook?
I mean, what if you?
Sure.
What if you freaking? This is actually adorable. I really love
So
this.
what's a half-lich
Yeah,
exactly?
thank you.
Johanna attempted the rites of lichdom and failed. Stuck in her in-between state, she is supremely dangerous, but can't learn any new magic.
No wonder Hezenkos was shouting so much.
No, she's always been that way.
Yeah. Those
What
are
about
pretty.
the sifting of a soul that Hezenkos avoided?
The spirits of the Necropolis judge whether a candidate is worthy of the power and responsibility of lichdom.
Okay.
How'd she become a lich without
An
it?
oversight.
I shared some knowledge when we were colleagues. She apparently put together more than I knew. It would be just like her to skip the rituals, the cleansings, the preparations of the soul.
Darn, I was saying something too. I was trying to think of something. Oh, yeah, imagine romancing him, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to become undead," and it's like, but, well, I want to become. Although, I mean, falling in love with a lich would be the worst thing. It would be interesting, but falling in love with monsters is a fun trope. Monsters, right? I'm thinking like vampires and stuff like that. Can definitely get overused.
For a watcher, Hezenkos is pretty harsh on spirits.
We made allowances because of her discoveries. Too many. Spirits are not things to be disposed of.
You really care about them.
They're so susceptible to the world's whims, Rook. Some spirits are dangerous, but how quickly most respond to a bit of kindness or care, or simple attempt to understand.
He's a good man. I think he would make an excellent lich in that he would be an excellent guardian. You know, an everlasting guardian, but like, I don't know. I don't think I want to do it forever, you know? the like philosophical ramifications of like being alive but forever separate from life, kind of forever, is daunting in my mind. Like, it's not really like spitting in like the face of life or anything, but like I think it would just kind of, I don't know.
For all she's done, I can't condemn Johanna for attempting lichdom. That freedom from mortality, that divorce from fear, and of course, time to read all of one's books.
I mean, that's what
Of course.
I would want.
But how she's abused her abilities. Are my intentions enough to fare better?
Worrying's a good sign.
That's a good point. I think if you're worried about being a bad person, like, there's a lot less chance. It's not impossible, but there's a lot less chance about you becoming a bad person or being a bad person. But I don't know. The idea of living forever doesn't appeal to me. The idea of living a long time, a long and healthy like life, appeals to me. Because like I don't know, like I was thinking, like it's like, oh, you can read like maybe like 120 books a year, and then you only have like what 80 years, and that's only like, you know, so many books. And I'm like, there's too many books in the world. Like, how will I? Like, truly, that's one of the thoughts I've had. It's like, how will I will never read everything I want to read. You know, there's just too much out there. And there's too much to learn. Like, it's like, oh, what if this path I take is the incorrect one? What if I should have done this? You know, what if I should have been a botanist instead of an archaeologist or something, you know? If you live for a long time or forever, like, you have the chance to take all these paths and try them out, you know? But you also have to watch, like, loved ones die and, like, things change and, like, after centuries, I feel like that would be exhausting, you know? And so a long life, maybe centuries would be nice, but forever... it doesn't appeal to me.
We have enough flowers. There's something I'd like to show you.
Is that Manfred back there just like scooting along? Yeah. He's just wandering. Bye, Manfred.
Here we are.
Oh, so these flowers are for...
Yes. If you could place them on the graves, please.
In memory of Rupert and Eleonora Volkaren, they walk eternity hand in hand.
After I became a watcher, I erected a proper shrine to my parents. When I come to talk, I like to think they listen. Well, don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
Rook, also a Morn Watcher. How'd you do? Do you remember your parents?
Some memories are bright. Others are akin to those dim, early morning dreams one gets sometimes. Lately, I wondered what they'd think of our current course. The choices ahead.
Your lichdom?
What would they have wanted me to be?
Good question. No, I don't know if any parent would want their child to be a lich necessarily, or very few parents, right? But it's your life, your death. Do with it as you will, you know?
I can tell you what I think they'd want you to be.
What's that?
Happy. You could always speak with your folks, couldn't you?
My parents last saw me as a boy. By the time I mastered my corpse whispering, I was a man. If I woke them, there might be a flash of recognition, or... Besides, if I speak to too many other spirits, Manfred might grow jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Can't have that.
It'd be impossible. I agree.
We made a beautiful bouquet. I love the color palette here. A lich. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Shield toss bounce. Oh no, it's not a charge. Dang it, it's a shield toss bounce. Gosh dang it. That's okay. Maybe one of these days I'll go back to the other shield so I can have more bounces. And we got a Codex entry. Failed lichdom. I can't stop imagining Johanna's attempts at lichdom. The incantations, the preparations, the final blow, then to accomplish nearly everything all alone, yet still fail. How she'll chafe at her inability to learn new magic. Is fixing this part of whatever she's planning? What would have happened if we'd stayed friends? Would I have supported Johanna's renegade bid for immortality outside our oaths, even joined her? In the deep hours of the night, I fear my answers. I don't think he would. I think he wants lichdom very badly, and if that's what he wants, I'll support him in that. But I could see it. I just can't see him not going through with the rituals. You know what I mean? Like, he's very much, he enjoys, he respects spirits too much. Like, apparently they gave allowances to her, though, which is wild. That they're like, yeah, we're supposed to guard the spirits and the undead and everything. And then they're like, yeah, but we let her get away with a little bit of torture. And I was like, what? You know? But, like, the man he is now, I don't know necessarily about the man he was before, but, like, or the man he was when he was younger and her friend, but, I still can't imagine. I think he has too much respect for the spirits and too much respect for life and death, I think, to have followed that path, so... But I think I could see maybe if he was, like, being, like, if he was very afraid, you know, if he was, like, all of a sudden was, like, in the throes of, like, a panic attack or a fear of dying. Like, maybe he would skip, you know, rites and rituals, you know, out of fear. On death, I never thought I could teach Emmrich anything about magic, but the other day he got really excited when I told him about the Avar spirits I saw in the Frostbite Basin. You remember me writing about that. He did know that Avars believe in reincarnation. The Mormwatch likes learning about different death customs. It made me ask him what the Watchers think happens after you die. He got all pensive and kind of sad, and said not even they know for sure. That must be so frustrating, for that to be your whole life and to not even know. I'm going to try to cheer him up with a hike. Hikes always make me feel a little better. From a letter by Harding to her ma. That is sweet. Yeah. The Avar stuff was so cool in the Hack-On DLC. It was really, really cool. Frostback Basin. I was hoping we'd see more of that in this one, but alas. Seems like it is not to be. We are nowhere near Ferelden. And again, romancing him, like this would be so wild to be romancing him. And then he's like, yeah, I want to be undead. And you're like, so how does that work for us? Like, logistically and also, like, emotionally, you know what I mean? Like, wow, that'll be really interesting. What do I was gonna go do see if this is opened up for the Grey Wardens. But I think I will do Neve's, and then we'll do the Coast and Tosh. Like, we'll be in Ravane, I think. No, it's in Arlathan Forest, actually. Never mind. We'll still go do Neve's. After I check on the house.
Something on your mind?
Syrian. I love him. I missed him, but how did it get like this? He's my brother. Family shouldn't be this hard.
Too many families are, but that's not on you. If your heart and gut say do what you can, do it. Just remember yourself, too.
Okay. A bit vague, but alright. Oh wow, look at her go.
You talked to Harding? Someone should make sure she's okay after all that lyrium stuff. I don't get all of it, but I know she's hurting.
I did chat with her, but thank you. Oh, Emmrich and Davern are chatting. Oh, Lich, that is... That's wild. Like, buddy.
I heard a strange thing, Emmrich.
It's simply not true that Manfred's doing my laundry. He's got tangled in a bedsheet, and Tash mistook that for...
Not that. I heard you're preparing for some big necromancy rite.
How did you know?
You talk out loud to yourself.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't say anything.
Ah, oh dear. The rite is a difficult, delicate thing.
Well,
I promise to explain it if I succeed.
I get you. Good luck.
I was like, he probably would have looked at me like, did you tell your boyfriend? And I'm like, no, I didn't. I swear I didn't. Or maybe I did, but I don't think I would. That feels like that's something very personal. It's Emmrich's decision, no one else's.
Lucanus, have you ever had a dream where you forgot you had a job to do?
And you only remember it at the last moment, all the time.
And then you go to do the job, and your teeth fall out.
For me, it's always, and then I left my boots in Trevisos.
I was like, is she drinking tea or coffee? Is she trying to come around to the brew? I think this one was just a dinner date with Neve. Oh, this is actually kind of bothering me again. I had to put a pretty thick pillow behind me, and I think my braid keeps getting stuck on it. But yeah, we're gonna go do a little dinner date with Neve.
Places between.
Don't be jealous, Lucanus. I brought you along. But we have to have some girl talk. This shield is so crazy.
Neve, if I asked what's bothering you, would I get an answer?
Aelia says Minrathus is broken, and I've called it the same, but I don't like it that way.
Are you worried about what some Venatori said? Don't let her get under your skin.
I know. You know, when you were assassinating all those Venatori, it's too bad Aelia missed the list.
Say the word and I'll make up for it this time.
That's so sexy. A man promising to kill your enemy, your nemesis for you, and for free. That's the impression I got anyway. For a Crow to offer to kill someone for free for you? Bold. That's a lot of responsibility though, right? Like that would be heavy, I feel like. If you had somebody like that, like in real life, it would be not good. In fiction, it's like, oh my, you know, but like in real life, it'd be like, hold on, like our moralities are quite different, and like, I don't know if I can handle that, you know? Well, she's like way out there. God, I was gonna run. I'm gonna go check this door maybe and see if I have access to whatever this is, but probably not. I know somewhere around here there is... Yeah, I think there's that over there. And I cannot get to it anymore, and it's frustrating.
My family isn't Altus either. You can find success in Minrathus, even if you're not from one of the old families. Sometimes all you need to do is just act like you're a high blood. People tend not to question it.
But I shouldn't have to act like something I'm not just to get ahead.
It's true, you shouldn't, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If I've learned anything, it's doing my job. Especially when I started working on like much larger, you know, projects with like hundreds of people, from different fields and walks of life and stuff, that walk the walk and talk the talk, and people will be like, okay, and I'm like, and it's like, it's kind of terrifying because I'm like, I don't feel qualified to be making certain decisions, right? But it's like, or making calls, and I do, but I don't. Like, I don't have the confidence. Like, I feel qualified, just not confident in some of them. What? And, anyway. What? I moved.
We're under fire.
Yeah, what do you, like, that is actually crazy. Ooh, ice vulnerable, yay. This thing is wild, like, what is it? I need to look it up next time. He has such cool... I need to try to get pictures of friggin' Lucanus. Kibby, you okay, Kibby? Because Lucanus looks so sick when he's fighting. I haven't seen Emmrich do any of the, like, woo, the jumping things that I saw the photo of him. It looked like it came from in-game. Maybe somebody made it, but it looked in-game. It was very nice. You wanted to go to dinner here? Bye, Lucanus. I'll take good care of her. Oh, she needs a moment. I thought we were going to dinner. Maybe dinner got canceled. Kitty!
Well, I'm late. Tried grabbing something from Hal's on the way, but the fish fry's not running. So much for supper.
What have you been doing?
Chasing leads. On Alias Venatori, Docktown's missing people, and anything that might come close.
Find anything?
Plenty. Something I can use is another story. So here we are. I'm out of leads, and you're out that supper, I promise.
Dang it, I don't even get fish, but somehow we knew to meet here. To meet here.
Well, we've got at least one witness. Want a
Kitty!
How about a break? We can still do that, right? A short one can't hurt.
Yeah, maybe. I could use a walk. And some rocks. You up for it?
I mean,
rocks?
I like collecting rocks. Yeah. But I think she wants to throw rocks.
So, rocks. Look for good ones.
Mm-hmm.
You were serious about this?
You'll see why.
Can you skip on the ocean?
Why are we doing this? You know what they say.
Fish.
Leave no stone unturned.
Really?
No.
I don't even know what kind.
Seriously, do you ever take breaks? Real ones?
What do you call this?
What kind of rock?
Picking up rocks. And I'll bet the coin in my pocket you're thinking of work.
It's hard not to. Look at Docktown. But I was also thinking of fried fish.
Ah, then I owe you half the coin.
Nice. Always good to get the upgrades going. Kitty, lead me to the good rock.
All right. Time to put these rocks to use. Come on.
We're gonna go skipping rocks.
How are we doing?
With the rocks or in general?
Let's stick with the rocks.
In that case, so far so good.
A win for us.
I guess it is.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta really, truly gotta take them where you can get them. And if you found some pretty rocks and that's the kind of day, month, year you're having, roll with it, you know what I mean?
Liope, you still going?
Cassis doesn't have anyone else.
Flyers won't do much.
I don't have a lot to work with here.
Give me some. I'll help.
Oh, flyers won't do my. Okay, I was like flyers, like acrobat. I was like getting, yeah, but I see. They're just trying to do what they can to protest the evil cult that's taken over. Is that a new one?
Over
Ooh.
here. I'll take you to my usual spot.
Whoa.
Fancy.
Isn't it?
I'm curious if this has been like this all along, or if when the Venatori came in, they're actually like going through and like demolishing, you know, different like statues and like, or like modifying them. Happened a lot. Egyptians did it a lot. Ancient Egyptians, Romans, you know, they all like there's existing monument that's like got the story or the face or whatever of a famous person carved on it, and they would uncarve it or like undo it and like scrape it clean, or like kind of just change a few of the features, you know. Totally not uncommon during regime changes, or if there's something that just, you know, they want to forget or force people to remember, or, you know how they are.
Is this what you do when you're out of leaves?
Skipping rocks.
I'd look over my notes, but I've got them by heart. I just need to clear my head.
I love her little hat so much. I just can't. It's so nice.
You ever figure out how? Let me know.
Sure thing. You can't count on a lot here. When I started, I wasn't going to save Minrathous, never mind Thedas. But if I could take a job and follow through, well, maybe people could count on me. But at the end of the day, what have I done? What sticks? Venatori everywhere, Aelia waltzing back into town. I'm fighting, Rook. Sometimes it feels as though the city itself stabbed me in the back.
Not an uncommon feeling, especially in nowadays, you know, where you're trying and trying and trying, and it just feels like no matter what you do, you can't. It's not, nothing sticks. The good doesn't stick. It always seems like the bad sticks, you know. But what words of wisdom do I have?
I've been told I've got an answer for everything. Only I don't for this. Or a lot of things. And I don't think it was a compliment.
Aren't we a pair? Getting mixed up in my problems. Can't say it's the smart play. Rana's partner, Brahm. Where did it leave him? Where does it leave you?
Skipping rocks with a friend.
Sometimes it's all you got.
She was there. We didn't see her.
This worked?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sometimes you're too deep in it and you just gotta get out of it for a second, and then your brain will like find the pattern that you couldn't consciously find because you were too
Willing to chase a long shot?
Too in it.
We need to get to the spillway.
That was such dramatic music, though. I'm very intrigued with what she's picked up.
Aelia? She was there.
Yeah, you said that already.
At the spillway?
At the relic deal. When Aelia controlled Damas, she mentioned Bataris and the stolen relic. Why bring that up? Why would she care?
You think she was involved?
Or one of her puppets. She's been careful, but there may be something to pick up at the site. A witness. Anything. We can get to the site from here, up and across that building.
So we're returning to the scene of the crime, where we fought Bataris?
It's just a hunch, but it's the best I've got.
Let's check it out. What's the plan?
Bataris had a red lyrium relic. Those don't play nice with the
That's
Veil.
true.
The Viper left me a piece of one in case there was more to track.
We did that at the very beginning of the game.
Remnants fade with time, but if we got here soon enough...
Remnants. We've got them.
Fainter than the ones we found before, but I'll see what I can draw out. Let's take a look.
A clue.
Got it. The thread smuggler. But this feels scrambled. Two people's thoughts in one source. She wasn't a traitor. She was a puppet. Aelia moving goods to her followers.
I gotta be real with you, I've forgotten some of the, like, details. Like, didn't they take the relic away? Like, I can't remember.
Sure thing. Echoes of greed, pride, are Venatori with Taurus. Look there, there's more. By the waterfall.
So it's saying that she was...
We're close to something.
Whoop.
I can feel it.
Skipping stones really worked.
I guess some of my plans pan out.
It means you should take a break occasionally, more frequently, at least little ones, you know?
I'm on it.
You can't be in it too deep for too long or you'll lose yourself.
This one's afraid. A witness? Someone else showed up too, after we left. If I can pull out more of an echo, a memory.
So Neve Gallus is back. Tell me what you saw.
Nothing, I swear.
Aelia.
No. In my head. Stay out.
A bystander. They must have seen the fight.
Then Aelia showed up.
Why?
Tell me, would you see this city rise? Be a thrall in service to its glorious...
Why would you want that?
Thrall? No,
Silence! Your will
belongs to the Venatori.
Venatori. I'll have to see where this goes because I've forgotten things.
All that talk of saving Tevinter. Is this what it looks like?
The risen god will unlock my true power. He's given me Vina Vitalis. We start here.
What's Vina Vitalis?
A rumor, an old Tevinter ritual to increase blood magic. Fake accounts appear on the black market. The real records were burned by magisters. It scared them. But if Aelia follows Elganon, if he could give her the trick, the Venatori are in power, but Aelia wants total control.
A blood ritual. Then the missing people... It's a lead.
But where? When? Who else does Aelia break before I track her down?
You can't go faster.
Neve?
This place means something to me. But what am I to it if I can't...
I was gonna say, I think, I was gonna mention earlier, I think she underestimates, she helps so many people. It might not feel like the big picture has changed, but she helps the people, kind of like Sarah, right? You help the little people and like make their lives a little better, and maybe still their lives are hard, but like at least she helped them in the moment, right? I always think of the starfish like analogy, where it's like a little boy or you know, a little girl tossing starfish one by one back into the ocean. There's a whole bunch, like, you know, what is it, then thrown up on the shore. Someone comes by and says, well, you're not going to make a difference. Like, there's hundreds and hundreds of them, you know, like you can't, but they'll dry out before you have a chance to make a difference. And the little kid picks up one and tosses it in and says, I made a difference to that one, you know. So like, I think it's not to be discounted, the inspiration that you can give even in a moment, even if things are hard before and after, you know.
You'll catch Aelia again. Docktown's got someone looking out for them. They'll see that.
I don't need to be the hero. I just need them safe. I'm a sucker, Rook. Getting caught up in all this. Bad habit.
I mean, okay. I guess that was maybe like not the bad choice, but not the one she wanted to hear. She wanted to hear it'll get done. Whereas I'm like, you're doing good. Like, she's like, what do I mean to the city? I'm like, you're an inspiration to the people here. That's what I was going for, but...
Then it sounds like nothing changed. Is that pep talk? It's a fact. I was going for simple. Next up, we find Alia. Right. And after that, we kick her ass.
We'll bring Lucanus along, and he will help us solve the problem. Because you can't put her behind bars. She'll just get back out. But we'll probably have to play nice. I can't believe I did freaking, apparently... Like, some of these people I still have, like, personal missions, it seems, right? But... I finished I already did the Veilguard thing for, what's her name? Harding. So I'm wondering if, like, she's done? She picked up on several relics that plan to perform a blood magic ritual using Darktown's missing people. Questions her place in Darktown and if she could really help. Yeah, I don't know, that conversation went kind of weird. Time to run back to the lighthouse, see what has changed here. Oh, Emmrich and Neve have something to say, right?
If I'd been faster, quicker with the dog, Weishaupt, Gilanane would be dead.
Again.
I was there, Lucanus. I saw it myself. From one professional to another, you did everything you could.
I missed the target.
You also pulled off the most incredible acrobatic assassination attempt I've
He
ever
did.
seen.
Well, if you're going to kill, do it in style.
That's what they, yeah.
Just remember the killing part.
Listen,
Next time.
Lucanus, why is Davrin trying to the one having to carry your emotional burdens right now? You know what I'm saying? Yes, you missed. Next time, you won't. Davrin's gonna start punching you in the face now, just to make you stop.
That spell Elgernot cast to save Gilanane, he didn't tap into the Fade. He tore a hole in the veil and let the Fade through.
Oh, good.
I could study magic for 1,000 years and still not manage that.
I forget that even when they're not paired up, they still have things to say. So I'm trying to remember that.
Trust me, it's her. And we're lucky. If someone found the body before us, she would have been cremated.
Ugh, I'll never understand that custom.
What are you two up to?
Look, it's very exciting. Nev's invited me to help solve a murder.
I would assume, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, if anyone's going to gather clues from the dead...
I helped the Navaran city
I
guard
thought
a few
so.
times, but a long-lost crime from the heart of Tevinter.
Let's not oversell it. You ready?
By the flame that stoked you, by the light that rises. Return and speak.
What do you want of this one?
You were a shadow dragon. Someone took you out.
She's already digging in. Be firm.
Why should this one speak?
Because we'll draw. I mean, yeah, if you want. If you were a shadow dragon, killed unjustly, and freaking Neve went through the trouble of getting your body and defleshing it, you know, then I would assume you'd want justice.
Or a chance to right some wrongs.
One last time.
Speak with no promise of answer.
You helped get people out of the city. Who was the last person you took?
No. Secret. This one's to protect.
They're clinging to a role, keeping secrets.
Fine. Then tell me who killed you. Did you see their face?
Their name gives the other away.
If they came for you, then they're coming for whoever you helped escape.
Morn Watch? Yeah, I was hoping I would get a Morn Watch thing.
Don't cross back through the Fade with this weighing on you. Let us help.
Well said.
Thank you.
This one saw the murderer's face. Piranhas. His son wanted out for Black Mage
family. This one got the son to Asariel. Help him.
The Shadow Dragons will get him to safety.
The spirit has left us. Thank you for trusting me with one of your dead.
Wouldn't leave that to just anyone. You're a different story. Thanks for the
Of
help.
all people, Emmrich is the best for
Anytime.
it. Mm-hmm. He's so respectful of the dead. And so his formalities though are so sincere. It's so good. What is Emmrich doing in here? Still, I thought he would boop out. Instead, he's posed up. God, and oh, that's a new one. Rare poetry. A note from Neve attached to 3 slim volumes of poetry. Emmrich took some digging, but I know a lady who knows a book collector who sells to the Archon's palace. He said these are some of the last copies of Nadia Upius's work. What with her being dead, if you arrange a reprint, their value plunges. Don't think you'll mind, though. P.S. The book collector said if I wanted obscure poets, there's a good one in Ravane. Had debts. I was going to say depths. Debts. Works out of print, but he got bailed out by an anonymous donor. Funny thing, it was all in King's Golders. You only see those in Navarra. Why would he want to arrange a reprint? Or is she just giving him a nice book of like obscure poetry, you know? And a good one in Ravane. I think this is some sort of call out that I'm missing. There's a good one in Ravane, had debts, works out of print. Got bailed out by an anonymous donor. It was all in King's Golders. What's a Golder? Oh, okay, because it's apparently slang in Northern Ireland, potentially, according to like Wikipedias and stuff. It's a Northern Irish slang to yell. It is a type of currency, a coin, or it is a plant in Pakistan. And it's also a beer, maybe, but I'm gonna assume coin. It was all in King's Golders. I'm assuming that was a type of coin only used in Navarra. So, I wonder then if Emmrich is the one who bailed out this Ravani poet or bookseller. Interesting. I know it's not that big a deal, but I'm just curious. First case, part 1. Look, I get the sob story. You come by it honestly. It's a bad situation and you're in a tight spot. But I can't just. Let's get 3 things straight. 1, the odds are bad. 2, I'm not sure why you think I can help. 3, you don't have that kind of coin to offer and you know it. I can't promise the end you're hoping for, and don't pretend you're not hoping for. I can try to find answers. If you can work with that, then meet me at the Cobbled Swan tomorrow. Neve Gallus. P.S. Don't sell that necklace. The one you kept touching like it was the last you'd see it. Whatever else, this doesn't end with you in debt. Not to me. So who was she talking to? Oh, and there's Neve's case notes, new on Elia. Vena Vitalis, the burned ritual. Blood magic so powerful that the old magisters destroyed it. Which is a wild thing to say, because they were even more like, woohoo, back in the day, you know? Unless they destroyed it right after turning to Andrastinism, because the Tevinter was, like, solidly in Andrastinism, not for too long, I don't think. Maybe, like, 100 years? Probably less, maybe, like, 50. Because they wanted to go back to slavery, and they wanted to go back to having mages be in charge. So, maybe those magisters, burned it because it was like real bad. Every rumored copy is a complete fake. Centuries pass and no one comes close to touching it. So Ailey gets instructions from her risen god. Wouldn't surprise me to if he either made it himself or knew about it, you know, or the Evinuris made it somehow, or just modified it from manipulating the Titan blood. Couldn't see that coming, and isn't it a perfect fit? Lucicon's chosen. What's his play here? Missing people are for blood, something else, alive, at least until the ritual. Warren Ellick, rituals take supplies. If she'd kept the threads, at least that went our way. Where is she? All this from remnants. I'm sure of what I heard. Rook can back it. Should really buy Rook that separate. You should. I deserve it. I was thinking when she was doing the remnants thing, right? Oh, you guys, I know, it probably wouldn't work. But there's, in the Jaws of Hakan DLC for Inquisition, it kind of focuses on like an archaeological thing. That's a bunch of archaeology stuff going on. in the area. It's reason why it's one of my favorites. And one of the things is that because there's like certain tears in the veil and there's like power that's been accruing in areas, we're able to use magic to unlock the past in some way, or at least a version of the past, a perceived version of the past, right? Which sometimes seeing how something is perceived to be is useful in and of itself, right? It's like how stories change over the years, but like it's important to know why people are telling different versions, because it tells you about their culture or their beliefs or whatever, you know. And I was mad when that popped up, that it's like, you know, the possibility for magic to be used in like an academic way to like help. And I think one of the archaeologist guy like writes a treatise on it actually, about asking like the whoever, the divine or people in charge, to allow the circle to operate more freely, to allow for them to help people like archaeologists, so that they can try to access at least like an object's memory of what it was used for, or the skeleton's memory of what it did, you know what I mean? And I think after so many years it would eventually fade a little bit, right? But like you could it would still be really, really useful and really, really cool. And so that was that reminded me of this is man, imagine being an archaeologist mage. There's, I think, Magic the Gathering. Yes, I know. Magic the Gathering has a card called Archaeomancer, and that alone has sparked like 20,000 stories in my head of like the things you could do as like a magical archaeologist, you know, like with access to some sort of magical power, you know. I have so many little stories written down or just rolling around in my head for that. Such a cool idea. If anybody ever finds a good book or something that has a magical archaeologist, let me know. Oh, okay, I still need to go into here. Are you two gonna flirt yet?
Tosh, are you alright? You're limping.
I'm not.
Oh, please.
Okay, that was an exaggeration, but you're favoring your left...
Oh, right. Yeah. Bruised toe.
Ah.
It's fine. How did you
Because she
notice?
stares at you.
What? Were you looking at my legs?
Tosh, you're twice my height. From where I stand, you're all legs.
Yeah.
They come together eventually.
They come together. Ode to the Seven Antevans. Written in Neve's... wait, hang on. Oh, okay, so this might be important. A page torn from this ode. Sweet vineyards of a youth now gone, and yet within the rising dawn, the corvid flash, and there was there again, the metal sharp, the talons plain, red ribbons to the Nosen drain. Was there regret or agony? It's clouded in my memory. He stands forever on a wall, untethered by a contract's call. His hands relaxed, his posture tall. There's nothing that can fill the silence. The world bereft without his kindness. What? Written in Neve's handwriting. Only trace of this book in the lighthouse, and it's this page. Matches the one shoved under my door. Wisps fade, drawing on a memory, or the lighthouse itself, sensing a dream, something more. Add it to the list. Oh my gosh! Woo! It's a sign from the lighthouse that you need to hang out with Lucanus more. I am gonna go check really quick how the stuff in Shark's Mouth. I want to do this. I'm pointing at my screen. Obviously, it's not the same for you guys, but I freaking want to see if it's opened up or not. Also, I could probably do with going to visit the Lords of Fortune and selling some stuff to them. Though I kind of want to. I feel like I'll probably be good on the Grey Wardens and the Antivan Crows without needing to sell things to them, but I'm a little nervous. I don't even get that much from it. That much, you know. What is the word? Rapport? I don't get that much rapport with them for selling, but it could be enough to just tip me over the edge.
I had Diago take a look at the coffee you made.
And how were the results?
Unsettling.
So I can teach a crow a thing or two.
What? the results, you had Viago take a look at the coffee you made. Like a brew or like an actual cup of coffee, and did Viago like it? Like, I have no context for whatever this was. Whee! Because I thought traditionally she made a really bad cup of coffee. I thought that was her thing. Is that she just like she just needed the caffeine. I do enjoy visiting Ravane. I was assuming that this would say, oh, now you can go because the Shark's Mouth caves are open. You know, so I'm kind of worried I'm just here for nothing. See, look, I'm apparently standing right on top of a Fenrirel statue, like, but I have no idea where it actually is. Like, it should be right next to me, but it might be just behind this wall? I don't know, but, like, why wouldn't it show that? Why does it... These maps are so bad, I hate them. Can I go in there? Oh, I can't go any further, but I did find something. I was going to say this probably hasn't been occupied in a while, but given that we're in a very humid environment with, like, storms and stuff, like, this could happen in a month. Weather journal page. A warden. This makes me remember the warden, like, mission that you would get from Blackwall. A personal one for him, where you would go collect warden, like, artifacts, kind of, or, like, notes, and, like, then you had, like, the warden ales, and, like, ugh. I hate keeping watch here. Tops doesn't believe me, but I swear that statue's eyes follow me at night. Why'd they build a castle around that thing anyway? I may be a city elf from Vel Royaux, but even I know the Dread Wolf when I see him. Maybe they built the castle around it, not to keep him contained. Maybe somebody, you know what I mean? Either it was built with him as the focal point, way back during Arlathan days, right? When he was, like, actually, like, seen as, like, a cool dude, or it was built later to contain him. 631 steel. Okay, that's a pretty long time ago. I can't believe that note is still intact. Hello, Solus. Oh my gosh, you can see...
Turns up everywhere.
You can see the individual rooms. I love it. This is the kind of thing I find in, like, when I'm working in Arizona, or when I'm just traveling for fun and I'm going to, like, Native American ruins in the Southwest, right? Truly, my sister thinks it's really funny because when we went to Italy, like, you have, like, you know, the massive ruins out there, right? Like old temples and stuff like that, forums and everything. But I would still get really excited every time we found, like, you know, even like a shin-high, knee-high wall that you could see, like, the different rooms. The foundations are the ones that last the longest, right? They're the remnants that you'll see in Arizona, specifically, like, when I've been working, like, we're not finding walls. We're like, ooh, it's 3 courses, aka, like, 3 rocks tall. Heck yeah, you know? Like, that's what we're excited about. I mean, if it's bigger, then we're even more excited. But, like, you know, it doesn't happen too often. But yeah, no, she made fun of me in Italy because we'd find, like, walls like this, and I'm like, wow! And there's, like, you know, a giant, like, amphitheater right there, too. Anyway, I picked a good job. I don't know what to tell you. Out to sea, my boy? I'm just a city elf, and even I know the Dread Wolf when I see him. That's funny. I see you. I was like, oh, it's an Avar statue, but I think these must be Ravane. Because we've been seeing him here too. And we aren't getting any Avar stuff really, except we did get an Avar cool throne. You know? That we could use for decoration. Oh yes, I want the killing an enemy spawns a projectile. It's gonna be sick. Alright, gave myself the full Reaper specialization. Now apply an affliction. Well, it looks like the caves to Shark's Mouth are still not accessible to me. Alas. I guess we'll find something else to do. It must tell me when it's ready. I don't even have a beacon, right? Like, I have nothing that's like sorry. I think it's hard having the camera right under where I can see myself, and I make sure I can see myself just you know, in case something goes wrong with the camera, but it's distracting. I think, what was I gonna say? Hopefully it'll be like, you know, hey, yeah, it's opened up, and I'll be able to see that update. Saharan, I think Dorian's in Saharan. Parvolin's further north. Up here, this is Parvolin. I only have 56% of Treviso discovered. What are they hiding? I have 100. Well, yeah, there's not much going on there. 45. That makes sense. Only 83% of the Necropolis discovered. Okay, well, I guess there's stuff to look forward to. Well, that's nice, I guess. Woo.
What a terrible form of immortality has fallen upon Essaya.
Gloomhound, Saya, should have died ages ago. Warden or not.
Why does the blight kill most people it touches, yet infuse a few with its dreadful vitality?
No idea. If I ever go bad like that, have Taj breathe on me. Go out in a blaze.
This is stunning. He's really filled out the shelves so beautifully. Oh my gosh, what is up with that skull? That is wild. I love stuff like this. There was a museum in the Bishop Museum in Hawaii, in Hawaii, in Honolulu. The Bishop Museum is, at least there's like on the same grounds, there's just like a science museum, and they have one of those massive, like, you know, like almost like a cabinet of curiosity style thing, with like different like pickle, you know, animals, you know, and like parts and like plants and like skeletons and stuff, and it's so cool. I love stuff like this. It just looks so cool. I guess if I ever have a house someday, something like this. Even I just want like a small house. I don't want a big house. But something like this would be sick. And I didn't think, like, I knew people were kind of filling their places out. And what's her name? She has a pottery collection. Harding. Hers like really blossomed when she became a Veilguard, but so I was kind of thinking it would happen once everybody became Veilguard-y, but looks like it's kind of happening prior. So many skulls. I do wish they'd all kind of settled in sooner. I feel like they kind of settled in late. Most of these shelves were pretty empty for a while, or just haven't been in here in a while. You know, maybe it happened sooner. Ooh, nice. This guy too. this guy I'm romancing, but I'm actually looking at the walls and stuff. The furnishings I really like. Oh, how cool. Too cool, too cool. Maybe one of my favorites. Harding's is also a favorite. His tavern's gotten nice. His seemed complete to me, except for there was like some empty spaces on like the desk he had of like the little figures he was carving. There was like spaces, it seemed, for like the little figurines.
Two dragons down at the same time, though. Feels pretty good.
Your warden contacts, Evka and Antoine. They came through in a pinch. Where'd you meet them, anyway?
It was the Deep Roads. They were there on warden business. Varric and I were after Solus. We didn't tell them at the time, of course. But you survive a Deep Stalker attack together, and you make fast friends.
Harding's met all kinds of people in her travels.
What's going on?
People keep asking me about my feelings.
I know how that is.
How does it feel using they? Have you told your mother? When are you telling your mother?
Always when you're trying not to think about your feelings.
Right? Talking just makes me more sad.
Too much talking. Kill instead.
Yes, exactly. Wait, was that you or Spike?
I think in this case, he speaks for both of us.
Mm-hmm. His mouth was moving too. It's kind of weird. Tasha's hair was really dark in one of the, like... I was looking at it now. I was like, yeah, it's much lighter than I remembered it seeing. Because I remember seeing it and being like, wow, that's super dark. Has it always been that dark? It's It's more gray, but... No, like, why in the world would they give me this? Return to sharks mode. Why did you give me so early? Alright, well in the next one, we will go to the Fang Scorcher's lair. And then we will go help out Minrathous. Looks like it needs some help. And it has more quests that we need. And we will bring Neve and Lucanas. And it will be so cute. And I'm so excited. We're going to go on a little day. I need to like hide the camera maybe. Instead of just staring at it while I'm talking. I need to... But anyway. I need to hide the recording of the camera. Because it's distracting. But anyway. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Really quick. I'm going to go say thank you to my patrons. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me and the channel and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.